had to go to my boss's boss once and say, hey, I recorded this comedy special. I'm cussing a lot, and
I'm going to need you to sign this permission slip. I'm going to run out of here.
But they knew I did comedy, but when I quit my job to do comedy, you tell a white man you about to quit your job to do comedy, they're like, good luck with that. They don't have a lot of, he didn't have a lot of, he was nice about it, but he was like, really?
Welcome back to the OverheardLA podcast. I'm Emily from OverheardLA. That's all.
And I'm Justina from OverheardLA. And that's also all.
We did a question box on our account about weird food combinations. Did you see this? You saw this.
I saw you post it. I haven't seen all the food combos, and I'm a little bit afraid of what we're going to learn today.
Yeah. So it started with people talking about like, oh, I love pickles with peanut butter, blah, blah, blah. And then more and more people started sending in these like unhinged combinations of food that they eat. And I feel like I opened like a portal to hell again by accident because I was like loving it and I kept posting it and people were like messaging, people were like responding like, this is disgusting. Stop, keep going. And it was just like, it was insane, you guys. So anyway, we're going to do this mailbag. We're going to read some of these that you guys sent in. But we did decide, which we may regret, that the only way to adequately judge these food combos that you sent us is to also try them ourselves. Sorry.
For the audience at home, I'm squinting my face because I'm not sure what I signed up for here today.
Because here's the thing. I don't want to judge all of these things that you guys sent in and swore are good together if we don't try them ourselves.
Well, we don't want to yuck someone's yum if it's not a proper yuck. We have to adequately yuck it. We should rate them on a scale of like yuck to yum or something.
Okay, we're going to rate them. I'm not going to yuck someone's yum. I'm going to yuck Justina's yum.
I might vom is where we're going to net out here, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
Anyway, I'm excited. Let's get into this mailbag. Let's try some of the things you guys sent in, and Godspeed to both of us.
I mean, we may be surprised. Like, you and I may be converts,
That's
right?
The thing,
like, we become like big salmon.
We got like 20 people saying pickles and peanut butter are good together.
That is interesting to me. Like, I'm like, why? Where do you think people learned about that? To have so many people into it.
I don't know.
Well, so we're gonna find out.
You ready?
No. But we're gonna do it anyway. I think that's called being brave.
Okay, so this is OverheardLA Fear Factor. Today's mailbag segment is all the weird food combinations you sent us. We are going to try them.
I'm so nervous because right now my logical brain is trying to put together which ones are going to go together. And I'm very scared because none of it makes sense.
I know. I feel like we should be guessing. So we've got a lot of stuff on the table here. We've got cookies, lemonade, pickles, ketchup, grapes, bananas, mustard, Cheetos, and coffee. And Nutella. How can we forget?
I think you left out the one
Sardines.
That scares me the most.
The one that scares us the most is the sardines. And why don't we save the sardines for the end? Just in case you hurl?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we start with, so the one we got like 20 times was pickles and peanut butter, which to me, not that scary. So I think we should start with that. So many people sent that in. I want to know, for those of you who sent that in, like, is that like cultural from somewhere? Is that a regional thing? Like, where does pickles and peanut butter become a thing?
Are you a pickle girl?
I like pickles and I like peanut butter.
I love pickles.
But like together, I don't know. So we're gonna find out. This is such a big
Emily
pickle.
took the biggest fucking pickle in the jar.
Okay, I've got a giant pickle. This is like the sexy NPR narration of this. I just took a giant pickle out of the jar.
Pickles.
It's about 6 inches long.
I'm gonna
fully
settle
erect
on a middle pickle.
So we're just gonna do this together.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give us a toast in Polish?
Yeah.
Prost.
Zdrowia.
Zdrowia.
ASMR. Wait, I'm kind of into this. Fuck.
This is called mukbang. Okay, this is not that bad. It's kind of good.
Wait, I kind of like this. Like, I would eat this again. I think this might be a 5 for me.
Pickles and peanut butter, a 5. Here's the thing. I've talked about on the podcast before how much I fucking love salt. It's kind of just salt.
Wait, where are you on the rating scale? Because I think this might be a 5 for me.
A 5.
A 5. Strong off the bat.
I'm going to give pickles and peanut butter a 4.
Okay.
I love salt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate it. I wouldn't do it again.
Oh,
Like,
then I think that's lower than a 4.
well, no, I would do it again if you were like, eat this, but like, I'm not gonna like make this at home. So yeah, I would say I'm between a 3 and a 4. I think if you're into this, you're a little bit kinky, but it's not that bad. But I wouldn't choose it.
It's interesting. I need another, like, let me see if I would do it again.
I'm just going to narrate. Justina is more than halfway through her pickle. She's gone back for 4 bites of the pickles and peanut butter.
That's not true. And also, I got a small one to begin with.
I'm just cementing home the fact that you're giving this a 5.
It's like scratching the right part of my brain.
Yeah.
I think this is a 5 for me.
I think we're at a 6. Justina's still going.
I've maxed out of the scale.
Do you want mine?
No, I just
You want the
think I
rest
love
of my pickle?
That was so scary. I just love pickles so much that I honestly think if you made me dip them in all of this, I would maybe out of 5.
In all fairness, pickles and peanut butter, you guys, like, over 20 people sent this in. I also want to say, as far as question boxes go and like the amount of responses, this question box got more responses than like any misconnection we've ever done. Like people have passionate opinions about this, and everybody sent theirs in. So 1, thank you. 2, pickles and peanut butter, like over 20.
I mean, I'm in. I 5'd it.
So I'd say we're going to give pickles and peanut butter a 5.
Yeah, we are.
5, maybe a 5.5 from Justina.
Maybe.
All right. So what's next? How about Nutella on hot Cheetos? Another thing that is really, really good separately.
I do think that they contributed to me not being able to have an esophagus that functions, but here we go. Okay. So this is Nutella.
She's
and
dipping
hot
the
Cheetos.
Cheeto in the Nutella.
I gotta tell you, visually, 0 out of 10.
I know.
Really given an aggressive visual.
I'm trying to describe what this looks like. It looks like
fiery poop coming out.
I think that's what's gonna happen if you eat this.
I know.
But
okay.
I'm trying not to make a poop joke. That was a good crunch. No. What are we giving this?
It's terrible. It kind of tastes like cake. It's a very bizarre.
Is it a 1?
Yeah, it's probably a 1 for me. I would never have to do that again in my life.
All right. So we're also not going to call you out by name, everyone who sent these in, but you know who you are. Whoever sent in Cheetos and Nutella, hope your esophagus is okay. And you do you.
I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't like a type of reaction.
Oh, so I would give that a 2.
Maybe a 2.
All right. So we're going to give it a 2.
2. Yeah.
Whoever's out there eating hot Cheetos and Nutella, Godspeed to you. Be blessed.
I think I would just eat the hot Cheetos.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Like, you don't need the Nutella. Like, skip it.
No. Skip it. All right. So what do we got next? Bananas and mustard. Oh, okay. I got to say, I fucking hate mustard.
The visual. Oh, I love
mustard.
But banana mustard, terrible.
No,
visual,
but
very bad. Not good.
I hate mustard. Like the smell of it.
My gosh, I love mustard. I
this
eat
one's
mustard
really
with
scary for me.
everything.
Okay, this one feels like Fear Factory to me because the pickles I could get behind. But
also, I will say that the texture of that mustard is pretty gnarly. Why is it so
This
thick?
is a grainy mustard from Trader Joe's. It's organic. Don't panic. It's organic.
Why is it so thick?
That's what she said.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like an infected worm is on my banana.
Well, you also put a big chunk for somebody who doesn't like mustard. Like, I put a little tiny
going
dollop
for
and
it.
you friggin' put a friggin' worm on it.
I hate mustard, so I'm going to hate this.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers
I can't reach over this long
to
table.
the OverheardLA podcast.
I'm stressed about this one. Okay.
I know, me too.
1, 2, 3,
What
go.
do you think? I need my
You know what it
chaser
is?
for this one.
No. You know what it is? I know what this one is. This is when your mom would make you a sandwich for lunch, but she also cut a banana on the cutting board beforehand. And so your like ham and cheese sandwich turned into a ham, cheese, banana sandwich.
All right.
Wow. Emily is struggling. She is,
I'm using a chaser, you guys.
she's heading to Vomtown.
I have taken tequila shots that went down a lot easier than that.
What was it for you? The mustard or just the combo?
It was the mustard with the texture of the banana. Like, I hate mustard, but the texture of the banana with the mustard, it's just like,
I will
And
tell
now
you,
my mouth tastes like mustard.
I was gonna say I do
one
wish
for
that
me.
we had some kind of like a palate cleanser, because right now my mouth tastes like a weird fruit roll up. For me, that one on a scale of
Yeah, what would you give
1 to
that?
5, it's a 1. I never need to go back there.
Really, a 1 as much as me being a 1 though?
No, sorry, a 2, because I guess it didn't not make me want to
You didn't
throw
need
up.
you didn't need to chase it. Okay, so the next one somebody sent was chocolate chip cookies dipped in ranch. Now, Justina, you love ranch.
I love a ranch.
And
I
who
grew up
doesn't
in
love
the
a cookie?
Midwest.
Especially at Tate's,
Yeah.
the richest cookies in Los Angeles.
Tate's cookie, pretty great.
I don't think this is going to be that bad.
I agree with that.
Justina is dipping the chocolate chip cookie in ranch. I'm going to be narrating. Once again, I will be opting out of this one because I have a weak little stomach and I'm gluten-free.
And I fucking apparently have an iron
It's
stomach.
well, kind of remember Dunkaroos?
Yeah.
Like the cookies that you dipped in the creamy thing? It looks like a Dunkaroo. It looks like
does.
icing.
Okay, here we go.
Down the rabbit hole.
I don't know what to call it.
She's making a face. Oh, she doesn't
no,
like it. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it.
no.
Abort, abort, abort. It's like when you put food in a baby's mouth and they don't like it. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, do you need to spit it?
No.
Are you going to hurl?
No.
You want the chaser?
Very bad. I will do
Wow.
a second go just
Oh
to
my
like.
God.
I just want to make sure that like I'm confident in my scale.
You're a trooper.
but
This is-
not correct.
Honestly, this is the hottest you've ever been, Justina.
No. Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
I wish that piece was smaller. No. It's hard to describe
Yeah.
why.
Describe
cookie-
it to us.
The cookie here, and by the way, I will like hard cookie.
I mean, a Tate's cookie is 10 out of
Delish.
10. Yeah. And you'll eat
Ranch on
ranch
my hand.
plain.
Delicious.
Wow.
Very bad.
I'm shocked because you will eat ranch under any
I
circumstance.
know. I'm shocked too right now. This is pretty
I feel like everything you know is wrong.
unnerving information I'm
Yeah.
learning about myself.
So I will say that more than one person sent in cookies and ranch. I'm pretty sure because I posted cookies and ranch and a bunch of people responded to that one being like, me too.
Hot Cheetos and ranch? Hell yeah.
Hot Cheetos and ranch would be really fucking good.
Pickle and ranch.
You know what? You earned it, girl. You eat yourself some pickle and ranch. You earned it.
Fire.
So what are we giving that? Is that a 1? Because you made a face
That's
like
a
that was a
1.
1. Wow.
It's a 1.
Out of all the ones I would have predicted was a 1.
I would have never guessed that for myself. I agree.
Moving on. We've got 2 more that we've been avoiding. All right. So somebody said that they like coffee and lemonade mixed together, which to me sounds like ulcer.
Coffee
Like it
and
just
lemonade.
sounds like the acid. Like I need a Pepto.
So acidic. Interesting. I don't get the like I'm trying to think of, you know how Starbucks does that olive
Yeah.
oil coffee?
Mhm. Which the one that makes people shit their pants.
Is that true?
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
No. Yeah.
When Starbucks came out with that olive oil coffee,
Mhm.
like the thing that was going on the internet that was so funny. Because if you drink like a teaspoon of
Yeah,
olive oil, it makes you
helps
shit
you.
your
Yeah,
pants. And so people were drinking this olive oil coffee. Now imagine olive oil, which makes you shit your pants, and a 16-ounce coffee, which also makes you shit your pants.
Double
so
shit.
Everyone was the Starbucks double shit.
If you guys want to hire me for marketing, let me know. I'm available.
Copywriter on the job.
I'm just so fascinated. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm like. What are the ratios?
I just did a half and half lemonade, half coffee. Now here's the thing. What is it called? An Arnold Palmer or a half and half? Don't people drink half black tea, half lemonade?
Yeah, but I think tea with lemon is different than coffee with lemon.
A toast
A toast
to the men we lost along the way and the friends we made along the way. Perhaps the real food combinations were the friendships.
Stunning. You're a beautiful toast giver. If I ever get married, I
Hire
want you
me.
to give a toast.
Hire me for your weddings, guys.
That's
Okay.
crazy that I was like, I want you to do it as a friend. You're like, hire me.
Oh, I was saying that to everybody. No, your wedding
I
is
was
free.
like, Emily's gonna make me pay her
Your
to
wedding
write
is free.
toast.
Ugh, I want to officiate your wedding.
Please.
I really want to officiate a wedding.
I want you to know that I love that we're talking about a wedding that is not in existence.
We're manifesting
You're
it.
so right.
What do we do on this podcast? We manifest. I really do want to officiate a wedding.
Are
I think
you-
some people say it's the worst
Can I
nightmare, but
ask
think
you a
it'd be so
serious
fun.
question?
Mhm.
Are you willing to dress up as Elvis? Because I do really want to get married in Vegas.
100%. 100%. Please let me do it. Let me do it.
Wait,
Let me
that
do
would
it.
be incredible.
Let me in, coach.
Okay,
Well,
I love this.
It's so fun because it's like an open mic, but like for love. That's why I want to officiate a wedding.
Do you think that's the way priests see it?
Yeah. I am
my
a
open
priest.
mic.
I'm
You
a
are a priest at this point.
I love weddings and I want to officiate one just as Elvis.
I already see
I
it. And
can't
the
wait.
best part about this is I feel like you already own the jumpsuit that you would need to wear. Like, I feel like you have like the bedazzle, you know, like I'm kind of into this.
Okay.
I know. I'm trying to distract us from
Here we
drinking
go.
this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry. I looked up and saw Emily's face.
I'm just like, again, like why? It's
It's not bad. Sorry. It's not.
it's not good.
It's not good is probably the better way to put
It's not good, but I'm not like throwing up. I think
It's,
it would
like,
be better with a
interesting.
little like vodka in it.
Yeah.
I think this is going to make a lot of people's special sensitive little tummies hurt. I would give this a 3 and that I tolerate it.
Yeah.
But you are a little freak if you like it. Just drink an espresso martini like a regular person. I want to know how this came to be. I also want to know whoever sent this in. I'm sorry. When I say little freak, I hope you know I mean that in a complimentary way. So to the little freak that sent this in, I want to know if you order this out. Like, do you go to Starbucks and ask for a coffee mixed with a lemonade? And do you ever order it publicly? And how do people react? Or is this a thing you do like in secret?
This is their version of a charged lemonade.
Panera.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Honestly, I'm going
What
2
are you
on this
gonna-
one.
2?
I never have to do that again.
Okay, so we've got one more before we both yak. And it's the one I'm really dreading. Somebody sent in, my Canadian friend loves sardines and ice cream together. My Canadian friend's favorite.
I'm dying that you said it's a cultural one. Like, they didn't say it's a Canadian thing. They just said their Canadian friend
No,
likes
I think it is a Canadian thing. Don't Canadians eat a lot of sardines?
I have no idea.
Or that's like Nordic, like Finland,
Yeah, I'm
Scandinavian.
like, we should fact check that.
But I mean, either way,
Sorry.
it was typed into the response that a Canadian friend likes this specifically.
I just think you tried distracting me by the story because I missed the plot and then I caught up on the plot and I don't want to do it. Oh, good news. They're scale free.
you don't like sardines.
I fell victim to the tinned fish trend on
Oh.
TikTok.
Wait, so you just bought them thinking you even
Yeah,
don't
I
like
literally have
sardines?
like 5 boxes of sardines that I've never once even considered fucking opening.
Wait,
'cause-
you bought 5?
Yeah, I was really committed to my new life as a.
You are very influenced by TikTok in that way.
No,
That's funny.
here's the thing.
You bought the Alex Earl Light.
Here's the problem. I'm a pescatarian.
Mm.
I eat fish, but I like the fish to be of a big caliber, like a salmon.
Mm-hmm. You like them big boys.
I like big fish. The problem is that these freak me out. Speaking of little freaks, I think these are little freaks.
These are little freaks.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, you're. Oh, no.
So Justina just opened up the whole Monterey Bay Aquarium on this plate. You guys, her eyes are watering. Justina's crying. Wait, I don't want to make you do this. I feel bad. The mommy in me is coming out, and I'm like, I don't want to make you do anything
We've
you don't
already
want
bought
to
the
do.
ingredients. We have to just do it. We gotta, take one for the team. The other part that we should tell the audience is that my fucking ice cream melted. So I'm about to have a sardine milkshake.
I'm filming this.
Ugh,
Oh my god!
a chunk just fell off and it has bones in it.
Wait, what? Wait, you can't eat it if it has bones. I don't want you to choke on
No,
a
I think
bone.
that you can like literally eat the bones. Look at that,
Hold on, let me get a close up. Oh my
this is
god.
terrible. This is terrible.
I would just like shoot it back.
Okay.
Think of it as a little bite of salmon. Do you
Okay.
like salmon skin?
No.
Oh, okay. Then
My
that
problem with
doesn't
being a pescatarian is I really just do it for the protein, not for the flavor. So
help.
sorry, it's falling off the fork and I really need it to stay on because I need
Think
to.
of it this way: as soon as you eat it, you get to eat the rest of that ice cream.
You think I want leftover anchovy fucking gut ice cream that's melted?
You know what? This Canadian person would. So
Okay, guys.
oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh my god, she's considering it. You guys, we're moving to a 3. We just went from 2 to 3.
Okay. Wow.
Whoa.
Not good. Not good.
I am shocked
No,
right now.
Me too. Okay. Wow. What a testament for like
Canada.
not yucking somebody's. I mean, also Canada.
I was like, Finland.
Listen, it's not amazing. I don't think little fish freak me out. They're just, it's very
Sure.
creepy, and it's like their whole body is in a can.
They're little
there's
freaks.
yeah, it's a little bit creepy. Weirdly, I think the ice cream, and I mean, in fairness, I just put it in a melted ice cream, so maybe it's that. It almost like neutralized the flavor a little bit.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Whoa.
here's what it was missing. It was not, it needed to be way more salt. Like if it had the salt in the sweet, maybe it would have been like even better.
Are you saying this is like an upcoming salt and straw flavor?
It could be.
Sardine vanilla?
It could be.
Hey guys, free idea. I bet you if they do that shit in LA with all the tin fish girlies on TikTok, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a line around the block.
It's like a Allison Roman club.
Yeah.
Wow. That was so pleasantly
I am
surprising.
In shock.
Not that bad.
Wow.
This segment has been I'm so glad we did a taste
I am
test.
bamboozled, you guys. I know, because I feel like we do a lot of reading of mailbags and just like having our thoughts on things. And this time we got to experience them with you. And
Okay.
wow, I did not expect.
I know,
You know
that
what
was
that
the
reminded
biggest.
me of? You know the Brittany Broski like kombucha, you know the meme?
Oh my God,
That's
yes.
exactly what you did. You were like,
It was not that bad.
wow.
I feel like if I ever wrote a memoir, it would be not that bad. This segment really taught me do not yuck other people's yums
guys-
because most of the yucks were not that yucky.
Moral of the story, do not yuck somebody's yum unless it's mustard. That shit's gross no matter how you combine
I
it.
disagree. Don't listen to Emily. She's wrong. And
Wait, so are you going to eat the rest of the anchovy flavored ice cream? Would you eat more?
no, that's what I'm saying is I don't want that in my
Final
mouth
number.
again.
What's the number rating?
A 2.
A 2.
Yeah. It did not make me gag. So not a 1.
Yeah.
I never need to do it again, but I understand
Crazy.
it. Wow. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised
Yeah.
by all this, and I cannot wait to eat the rest of those hot Cheetos.
That's going to be a great reward.
And
You
the
guys,
pickles. The pickle and the hot Cheeto. That's what I want.
you're going to eat it all.
Yep.
You know what,
Thank you.
girl? You earned it.
I
You
did.
dig into
I
your
did earn it.
freaky
Also,
little
I'm
picnic plate
starving, so
like the
that's-
star you are. This has been...
Did you say freaky little picnic plate?
This has been... I will read a couple honorable mentions.
Yeah, please.
Somebody said, guy ordered onions in his In-N-Out vanilla shake. Now that you've had vanilla sardines, would you try that?
No, because you know what? Onions in places they don't belong taste like BO.
That's so real.
That's what
Cutting onions
it would
taste
be
like
a BO.
Smoked salmon and chocolate chips. That's a no for me, dog.
But I will say this. I think it's like reminiscent of this.
Yeah.
I just think it's not
But
salty
chocolate's
enough.
like a powerful
I know.
flavor.
I don't want it.
Bananas and chicken soup.
Mm-mm.
Wait, I just want everyone to know. Justina has made a sandwich where she put the hot Cheeto. She's sticking the hot Cheeto inside the pickle
I think
and
this
eating
is a
it
TikTok trend.
like a little Twinkie.
Can anybody confirm? Was this a TikTok trend? It was a pickle or hot Cheeto and a pickle, and then I think they would dip it in something.
I mean, that would be good. That
It's
would be
very
good dipped in
good.
ranch.
This is
You should dip that in
fantastic.
ranch.
oh, you're right. Let's go full Midwest on them.
Oh, wow. Honorable mention. Saw a guy use flavored lube as a chaser. That is disgusting. And we will never be trying that on the podcast. So that also
As
seems
a chaser to alcohol?
yeah, that also seems not edible. But okay.
Well, it's
Well,
definitely
flavored-
edible, but
Yeah.
I don't think that.
I think I would rather drink a shot straight.
Yeah, like just don't chase it.
Anytime with it we get DMs that we can experientially try on the podcast, we will be doing it from now on.
I kind of
And
love this shit.
Go Canada.
I kind of just want to start a YouTube like eating show.
Christina, I just want to say I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
I think today was huge growth for both of us. And to everyone that sent these in, you're all little freaks and we love you so much.
I feel like we really need to say
I
say
that
little freak lovingly.
Like I love our followers and our community so much. You guys are so fucking funny. Every time you send funny responses to everything. And just so you know, like we read it all and it's so funny. And thank you for sharing these with us. And Justina has a new favorite snack.
Which one?
I don't know. You have multiple.
I'm like, I think I invented my snack,
She's
which is
gonna
like
eat this whole
pickle and
thing.
ranch.
So I guess we now have to do the rest of the podcast and our guest. But let's clear this all out and just never talk about it again.
Yep.
All right. So now that that's over, our guest today is a comedian, host, creator, and a Pisces that is absolutely killing it right now. We've been laughing at her videos forever, and now we get to meet her in real life. So excited to welcome to the office, Jasmine W.
Woo!
Welcome to the office, Jasmine.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
This
being
is so exciting. I feel like I know you because I've been watching you on TikTok for ages.
You do.
I feel like I've been through a lot of like life cycles with you.
Yeah.
Over the last 4 or 5
Seriously,
years.
like the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And you have leapt through the screen here, and you look stunning, exactly the same.
Thank
and I
you.
think we're proving that there are no filters used at all.
It's nice.
Well, I always say I don't use filters because they affect my self-esteem. And I do think they affect other people's self-esteem. That's y'all's business if y'all want to use them. But I cannot do it. You know, I can't go back to ugly when I get off live in my head. You know what I mean?
No.
So,
Well, because I used to like every now and then, like, you know, when you're playing around with those like fun, like the ones that are like the pretty filter or whatever, and like you move slightly and it like glitches and then it disappears off your face and it's like, oh, like,
yeah. It's like,
once you see that once, you never go back.
No,
Yeah.
and you've never looked uglier than that 1 second when the filter comes off. You're like, Jesus, fuck, that can't be true.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I cannot be walking around the earth like this.
Yeah, I hate that.
The earth.
I know. I don't know. My brain's not really working. But one thing I just thought about when we were saying that is, do you guys remember the Snapchat filter? Like, do you remember the like
Early
beginning
ones,
of filters when all we had were like dog ears
dog
on
ears,
Snapchat?
And
Yeah.
the Coachella.
We've come a long fucking way.
What
The
was the
Coachella flower
Flower
crown.
crown.
Yeah, I just went like this. It was like,
That was a nice one though. That used to smooth nicely too.
Hey, there's some girls I know who still wear that. They won't take it off. I know
Yeah.
they're dogs now to me. They're canine. I'm like, girl, you will not remove the ears.
But then you like go on a date if you're that person, the guy or girl sees you and they're like,
Not you.
catfished. Not me, not
Not
you.
you.
Thought you were gonna be a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. They thought you were gonna be Megan. What's her name from Love Is Blind? Where the girl said she looked like Megan.
we were
Oh,
just
Megan
talking about
Fox.
this.
we
Oh,
were
Megan
just
Fox,
talking
yeah.
about this.
You said I thought you were
Chelsea.
Megan Fox with dog ears, and now you just show up regular. You're
It's like, oh my god, do you think I look like Megan Fox?
That's so true.
much.
That person would take the compliment.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy that you said that.
You've been, I know, because I feel like it's been years. How long have you been doing like full-time comedy?
Since 2019.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost been this year. I think it'll be. I can't count. It'll be 5 years.
I don't know what year
Yeah.
is it?
5.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll be 5 years.
I have to look at our
almost.
fact checker about what year it is.
At the end of the year, it'll be 5.
Wow.
Mhm.
And you had, I know you had like a corporate life pre-comedy.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing? What was your corporate life?
I was an HR business partner, which is basically an HR manager, but we actually consult the business on business decisions and stuff like that. So that's what's a little bit different. And then I was a technical recruiter. So yeah, that's what I did before I before I was a comedian full time.
Were you doing, I think I've heard you talk about this before. Were you doing stand up already though when you were in your corporate life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to do both. So like, you know, I moved to San Francisco and then I was like, what can I do at night? Because I have student loans. So I just started doing comedy at night and I just really fell in love with it and then moved to LA with my ex at the time, you know, and I was like, I need to see if I'm really funny. And I worked here for maybe about 1.5 years before I quit my job. Because I was like, oh, I am funny.
You are
Did
funny.
people like when you were in your corporate life, was your comedy life a secret? Did people know? Like, what's that like?
No, because like some people knew, like the CEO of the company knew, and you know, my boss knew, my boss's boss knew, because there were a couple occasions where I had to fill out like, you know, if you record something and you work for an entertainment company, you have to fill out forms just to make sure there's like no conflict of interest. So I had to go to my boss's boss once and say, hey, I recorded this comedy special. I'm cussing a lot and
I'm gonna need you to sign this permission slip.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
run
know.
out of here.
But they knew I did comedy. But when I quit my job to do comedy, you know, you tell a white man you about to quit your job to do comedy, they're like, good luck with that. They don't have a lot of, he didn't have a lot of, he was nice about it, but he was like, really? This is stable. You have health insurance. I was like, I know. He's like, good luck, Jazmyn. I believe in you. I'm like, this man doesn't believe in me. But look, here I am.
Showed him.
Got the last
Showed him.
laugh.
Seriously.
Yeah, good for you.
So, yeah, worked out.
It did work out.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like, I mean, that's like incredible because I do think that taking that leap takes a lot. Like, I don't know that I would have
especially
the courage
like
to do it.
cushy corporate job, health insurance. Like,
I love the idea of HR. Like, I feel like I've created this like moment in my head where I'm like, it's like very sexy. It's very cool. Like, you tell people what to do, you fire people.
I think of it as like sexy and that you're dealing with all the people that are hooking up at the office.
Oh, yeah.
Is that, in my mind, it's like, that's 95% of what HR does. You're going to tell me I'm wrong, right?
Nah, I wish more people were hooking up. But there weren't that many people hooking up, you know.
At my job, everyone was hooking up. At my corporate job, yeah.
I don't really want to partake in any of this.
Well, I'm like thinking of your past jobs, and I'm like, nanny.
Yeah, what are your past jobs?
I'm like, well, none of
I
those
have
involve
weird
hookup.
past jobs. Like, I was a nanny.
Okay.
I worked at Best Buy.
Geek Squad. All right, who's fucking in the Geek Squad?
Emily wants me to be in the Geek Squad so bad.
You didn't sleep with anybody from the Geek Squad?
I did. That's the fucking problem.
I love a nerd.
You did?
Yeah, and it caused me a lot of problems in my life.
You hooked up with one of the geeks.
Yeah.
Was he wearing the shirt?
No. We were in like we dated for a long time, like years.
Oh, y'all did. But y'all met at Best Buy.
We met at Best Buy.
I know that people in offices and stuff hook up, but it's just way funnier when they're in the Geek Squad.
I do really like that it's the Geek Squad.
I didn't know this about you.
Sorry.
I love finding out new things about her.
I know, it's fun. We've been working together for 7 years.
Oh, okay.
I think my math is also off.
7 years.
I'm like, I feel like we're an old married couple that like feels like they know everything, and you find out a new fact and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
I know something.
I feel betrayed.
Yeah, you feel jealous?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not in the Geek Squad.
The Geek Squad?
I mean, honestly, dating somebody in the Geek Squad, like, to me, that would be like dating like a doctor, like strategic.
No.
Like, your Wi-Fi goes out, your computer's not working, your phone's acting weird. Like, that's so nice.
It didn't end that well. What made you start doing skits? Like, how did you kind of transition into that?
Well, I quit my job in August of 2019, and I had like a plan. I was like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to do this. But the pandemic happened in March of the next year. So I was always like, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm a real comedian. I'm an artist. And then when the pandemic happened, it's like, bitch, you are an internet comedian. So that is what you do now. And yeah, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to start making skits and like kind of telling my point of view and seeing what happens, you know, because I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I couldn't say I'm a real stand-up comedian because it's like nobody could do that.
Yeah. That's true. The irony of like quitting your job to pursue stand-up like 2 months before the pandemic hit.
Crazy.
That's tough. Do you guys remember Clubhouse, that like weird app?
Some people made that their identity. How could I forget that?
How could I forget that?
But also, we would like try to host like comedy shows. So, pre-pandemic, we would do comedy shows, and then we would try to do the comedy show. I'm like, it's
Clubhouse
just tough.
was a weird
It's tough
place.
when like the audience is like on their phones, and you like see the. That was a tough one.
Zoom comedy shows. I did so many of those.
Really?
And everybody, I'd be like, unmute yourself and laugh. Unmute yourself.
Well, that must be insane. I can't imagine.
I've never attended a Zoom comedy show, but I was always curious how that worked. Like, so what would it be like? Like, would you go on and there was an audience of people with their cameras on but muted? Like, can you walk us through a Zoom comedy show?
That's exactly what it is. You see people's faces, and some people won't turn their cameras on.
That's so awkward.
But people are at home. Some people would kind of make it cool, though. It's nice to see like a couple and they have wine in their hand and they're watching.
Nice.
So that feels like they're trying to get into like, you know, into the ambiance of getting ready to see comedy. But yeah, people would have themselves muted. I did a lot of corporate Zoom comedy shows, and I would go through and basically like roast people who had their camera on, which doesn't encourage people to have their camera on, but you know.
It's true. They have an option.
Like, I can tell who owns the company by your background, you know, like you're the CEO, you're the CFO. It was funny. It's just, you know, that was a good way to do it. But yeah, if you can't hear any laughs, it's not very motivating as a comedian.
No, and it's hard to see. You're like, is it landing? Is it working? Like, what do I pivot? What do you do?
Unmute to laugh.
Yeah.
Also.
I forgot about Zoom comedy shows. That's wild.
I would imagine it's like sleeping with somebody and they're silent. It's like, how am I doing? How am I doing? Give me something, you know?
I need some feedback.
Some breath. And you don't hear any breath or anything. It's just dead silent. Their mouth is like not making a noise. Like, what?
Or someone forgets to mute on the Zoom comedy show and they're like going pee or like
that has
cooking
happened.
or like
yelling at their kids in the background. And you're like, ma'am, ma'am, you're not on mute. And they're not listening
No,
to
they
you.
can't hear you.
Oh my gosh. It's bad.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, I commend all comedians that went through that, and I get why it's like, okay, let's start making videos online because but now obviously you're back to doing stand up.
Yeah.
IRL.
Yeah.
Are you touring?
You know what? I was in the middle of planning a summer tour, but I actually got signed with a talent agent, Gersh. I'm with Gersh right now.
Okay, yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, so I put a pause on it so we might be able to come up.
I mean, that's incredible.
But
we do some manifesting here with crystals, but I feel like we already
You've already manifested. You already did it.
I make a vision board at the top of every year, y'all.
Do you?
I've been doing that since like maybe 4 years now. Yeah.
Well, it's fucking working. I feel like the last 4 years have been really great for you.
It does. And you may not, the things that you put on this year may not happen this year. They may happen 1 or 2 years down the line, but I vow by that shit.
How do you do it? Are you like clipping pictures? Like what is your vision board strategy? What's your method?
2 years, vision board party. Me and my friends. And I go get magazines. And we all bring magazines, if you can find a magazine these days. But
doctor's office.
I go off like Larkmont. And I get magazines and then we clip them up. And some of my friends do digital ones in addition to the one that they do at my place. But yeah, and then I hang it up.
Do you look at it? Like, are you one of those people that looks at it every day and kind of like...
Well, I don't like stand in front of it and like stare, but it's in my vision. Like it's there when I wake up in the morning,
You're like standing in the closet.
It's not like a window I look out of.
Shrine.
Yeah, but I do. It's there every day for me to look at, and sometimes I stop and look at it. I think right now I'm in baby mama phase. So because I'm somebody's baby mama now, I'm like in that mode. There's really, my kid's almost 2. There's nothing really funny about my kid yet.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really even say nothing.
There's the blob.
Yeah, I'm doing everything for you. I'm the funny one. I'm the one doing all the comedy, maybe when they get older. But yeah, I think it's more of that, transitioning into like motherhood and how I'm feeling about being a new mom and like somebody's baby mama and stuff like that is where I'm at. Yeah.
The baby mama phase is very funny. Like,
Yeah.
That's very funny. I feel like you don't hear that. Like, you don't hear that perspective a lot. That's very funny.
Yeah. And I'm starting to tap into that a little bit more. And like the angrier your ex makes you, the easier it is to tap into that baby mama phase,
It's nice. It's nice to have motivation.
Yeah.
But I do like this. You said like, it's my career. Like it's about me. And I think that's so important, especially as a woman, because so many times it's like, you're a mom. Oh my gosh, you're a mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you never hear you're a dad.
Yeah.
And to your point, I'm like, you have a comedy career. Like what the hell does your kid have to do with that? Maybe some inspiration from, in your jokes or whatever. But outside of that, it's your career.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it doesn't have to be your identity.
Oh,
that you're like a mommy blogger.
Oh,
We
I
have
was
plenty of
telling
those.
my lash girl, who's like my second therapist, I was telling her yesterday, I'm like, being a mom is not my purpose.
Yeah.
And I used to think that it was when I was like 19, 20, because I was like brainwashed because I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm from the Bible Belt. I was brainwashed. It's like, that's not my purpose. My purpose is like what I do now. And being a mom is like a part of my story. It's like a part of, a part of my experience here on earth to be able to like nurture this being, this little baby and see how they grow up. But that ain't my purpose. My purpose is like this other shit I do, So yeah, it's, my content, it's about me. I talk about being a mom. I talk about being a baby mama. I talk about being a Black woman, but it's not about my kids. So
I love that.
yeah.
Question left my brain.
I know.
You guys, nothing is working today. Like, am I okay?
We do like AMAs and stuff like that on our account a lot.
Yeah.
We say like, send us your questions for some bad advice. No, you also give it good advice in my opinion.
We thought you were the right one. We were like, Jasmine's going to give some advice. Like, this is the correct person for this segment.
I love it.
We wanted to do some like AMA type questions with you because I don't know if we're qualified to give advice, but
Me
you sure
and you
are.
should not be speaking to anybody.
Wait,
about advice.
so where are
Anybody can give. Well, let me take that back. Never mind.
No, not anybody.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I guess you're right. Anybody can give advice. Should.
Exactly.
Let's deal with some real conundrums.
Okay.
My roommate and my BF have very flirty energy. What do I do? That's a tricky. Like
your roommate and your boyfriend are flirting?
Like flirty energy. Are they just a flirt?
And it's a roommate. Sorry, I was thinking it's her best friend and her boyfriend. I'm like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Here's
your best friend and your boyfriend, but
Here's the other thing, and like, I don't care. Is this like sexist? I don't care. I like, for some reason, like a woman flirting, I'm like, well, yeah, like we like to flirt, but like a man flirting, I'm like a little more suspect.
wait, I'm obsessed because I thought you were gonna go the other way on us and like defend men, and I was like, oh,
Why would I
defend? I was like, the way you were like,
why would I
don't know if this is
defend
sexist.
men on this podcast?
Well, I got nervous. I
No.
was like, she's turned fucking the
No.
tide. Okay, so we have no advice for this
We have
person.
no
No,
advice.
I think she should get rid of her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I like
Because
that.
if he's willing to flirt in proximity, like in your own home,
Yeah, that's
I
real.
don't like that. You know, so if she knows her boyfriend probably better than she knows her roommate. So, and it's all about him anyway, because he's the person that's supposed to be respecting you in your relationship. So you should just break up with him.
Yeah. Date the roommate instead.
I'm so happy we did the segment with you. You give such good advice.
But no, but that's a really good point about it being like your own home.
Yeah.
Like
He's
my house.
he's disrespecting like your home boundaries. That's a little bit, that's extreme, you know? So to me, yeah.
All right, break up.
All right, break up. Next question. Tips for making new friends as an adult that aren't awkward as hell.
Oh,
That's a good one.
yeah.
Because it is like kind of hard to make friends as an adult if you're not in like a work setting, but we just work with each other. So you're forced to be my friend.
You're looking at the
But like
office
I
right
don't
here.
work with like a big company.
Yeah.
So yeah. What about you?
I've made some, well, okay. So at this stage in my life, we're not going to hang out every weekend.
Yeah.
I don't hang out with any of my friends every
Well, I
weekend.
just don't like do things every weekend.
Yeah,
too.
you know, I do, but not hang out with my friends. every week. You know, like we got to schedule something. It's 30 days from now, you know? But I think a couple of new friends I've made recently have been like, maybe they're content creators and we meet in person and we're like, oh yeah. And we book things far out, you know, like, oh, let's go to dinner on this day.
Yeah.
And I consider people, if I'm spending like individual time with you, you're one of my good friends. I don't spend a lot of individual time with people, you know? So yeah, that or I don't know. I was talking to you about my friend group here in LA and how supportive they are. I met one person at a vegan yoga brunch, my friend Kiana, and she introduced me to all her friends, and I just became friends.
That's
all of
nice
them.
when you can like join the group. You're like, yep, and now I'm the
Yep,
friend.
now you guys got me too. Yeah.
So a
But that's
vegan
also-
yoga brunch.
Yeah,
is
tell
the
us more
answer.
about that.
Tell us
because
about
that's fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the answer to this? Is vegan yoga brunch is how to make new friends?
Well,
as
it's
an adult.
hobbies.
Yeah.
Because I used to do yoga like 5 days a week. Yeah. And so one of my friends is a yoga influencer and instructor. And then she's like, come to this event in LA. She doesn't even live here. And so when she got to the event, she was like 2 hours late to the event. And I was just there by myself. And then so I just started talking to all the girls that were there. And, you know, some of them you say, oh, you hang out with them, but some of the relationships don't stick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Vegan yoga brunch. Is
Yeah.
that the most LA thing about you?
I know. I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's so LA of you.
You know what? I used to.
What is the most LA thing about you if not?
I really love living here. I'm pretty like, I'm pretty LA, you know?
You've
Plus-
drank the Kool-Aid a little bit.
Yeah. I think the most LA thing about me is like when I first, like before I had my baby, I was doing yoga like 5 times a week and I would walk a mile to my yoga studio and it felt like a cult. Like, I don't want to say the place's name, but it's not open anymore. But it felt like a cult. Like the entire place felt like a cult. It was like a bougie ass yoga place that I used to do yoga. I would walk a mile home. And I said one day, if this is what a cult feels like, sign me up. I'm joining because this shit is so fun to me. Like
That's hilarious.
yeah, I was like, I would be in this. My family would never speak to me again, and I would just
I'm
come here and
gone.
do yoga and live here if I could, because that's how fun it was.
Wait, Jasmine, I am unwell right now because if I were to list 1,000 people who I would think would join a cult, you would not make the list.
know.
Okay, out of 1,000, you would not make it.
I always talk about how easy it would be to get me to join a cult. Like I'm
no,
one of those
you
people
would
that
drink the Kool-Aid immediately.
I watch like one infomercial and I'm in. Like I'm like
You kind of have joined cult eyes. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're like big and bright.
She has Disney princess eyes. I say this all the time.
When a cult leader sees you, he gonna eat that shit up. He's gonna be like, "That's my main girl right there."
wait, what is a join cult eye?
Your eyes are just big and bright.
I'm-
You seem
Interesting.
optimistic. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, I should tell my therapist. that.
You know
Wait,
what I
that's
mean?
hilarious. No, I know what you mean.
I'm very gullible.
I love you more than life, but I could literally fucking tell you anything. You know everything about me and you will believe it in a heartbeat. It is fascinating. Like, I'm like,
I am really
hello?
gullible.
No, that's trust.
Yeah,
No,
that's because
Emily will do it with anybody. Emily, like, a stranger will walk down the street and be like, the sky is red. And she's like, oh my gosh, did you hear the sky was red? And I'm like, Emily, look the fuck up.
I would be a terrible journalist.
I don't think that's true because you are very research oriented.
True, but I mean, I believe anything anyone tells me. But the other thing with cults, besides is like, I kind of like the matching, the clothes being decided for you. Sometimes they go on like fun trips. Like sometimes it just kind of looks like being on a cruise a little bit. Until like
Emily,
the isolation from the family.
We're gonna
like,
watch
scary
some
thing.
documentaries.
Oh, I
this
love-
week.
Well, I mean, hold on. We're talking about. Keep in mind, this is like a healthy cult.
Yoga cult.
No,
You know
I
what
like
I mean?
the yoga cult.
yeah.
I'm into.
Yeah.
But I love cult documentaries.
So do I.
They're
yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
Can you guys remind me which one is the one where they drank Kool-Aid? Was that the guy?
Jonestown?
Jonestown.
Okay.
Right?
Sorry,
Where they
I like
literally drank Kool-Aid.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, there's that one. There's Wild Wild Country.
That's one of my
that's
favorites.
the one that I was
There's
thinking
the
of.
Nexium one. Did you see the Nexium one? It was
Which
like
what is
Keith
Nexium?
Raniere.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
whole thing. I love a cult.
I love all the
documentary.
cults.
Yeah.
But the Wild Country.
Wild Wild
ones?
Country was the one like up in Oregon with
Yeah,
the
but
rogues.
they started off good.
started
though.
yoga-y.
They started
Yeah.
off.
Is that true?
good.
I haven't watched
It
that one.
started
Well,
very
I think I don't want to
yoga-y.
say that. People are gonna. I haven't watched the documentary in a long time. Okay, but when I watched it, I remember thinking the intention felt good in the beginning.
Yeah.
and then it got worse and worse and worse and worse. You know,
I feel like we're gonna get targeted as like marks for somebody. There's like, isn't
No.
it weird to think that like there's definitely cults in Los Angeles, like working
know.
right now?
yeah.
Do you guys know that I went to Polish school? My parents are Polish, so on Saturdays we would go to Polish school. And there was a woman who was a principal, and her son was in my class in Polish school. And then they just like disappeared one year. Like they just never came back. And I was like, where did they go? And they joined a fucking cult.
Yeah, like
And like the whole family, like nobody could get in contact with them. And I'm like, how does I understand how people join cults, and I understand how an adult joins a cult, but it's weird when you like take your whole family into it, you know, like it was bizarre. And also it was like a big drama because like Polish people are very Catholic. So it was like they left the Catholic church and now we're in this like weird cult situation. And then I think he left it because I saw him on LinkedIn not that long ago. So I'm like, he seems to be okay now.
What if that's like in his LinkedIn experience? Like
Wasn't a
alpha
cult.
member of. I think we need to interview someone on the podcast who like escaped a cult.
I'm really
like
interested.
that would
we
be a
can,
really
we
cool
can cut
cast.
this because I'm afraid of them, but I'm so interested in Scientology and the people of Scientology.
Well, or the people who escaped.
yeah.
Yes. Which is another very LA
Yeah,
thing.
very
It's just
LA
like
cult.
you drive by like the Scientology palace.
Yeah. You know they have comedy shows there. Like as a
Really?
comedian, you can go there and
Have you
like
ever done one?
never. I would never.
Yeah.
I would
No,
never
they
say-
would take your soul through the door. Like I wouldn't step
No.
foot into that door.
Okay, so none of us
anyway,
should
we took
join
a
a
dark
cult.
turn.
Anyway, let's take a dark turn. We went from you doing yoga
My
5
bad,
days a week,
y'all.
which is healthy,
That's
happy.
not your bad. We're
Yeah.
the queens of a fucking weird
No,
tangent.
I said I would join a cult, and it felt like one. Remember?
Yeah.
Hold on,
She said I have cold eyes, so.
No, you don't have cold eyes.
Oh, I take it as a compliment.
The main guy at the cult would love you because you look so nice and kind. Oh, hi, I'm here too. Yeah, this is beautiful. He's like, yeah.
I mean, I just like, I kind of like the outfits.
yeah.
You would.
You know that's my shit, like a nice free flowing, show me your moo like kind of barefoot vibe.
You would fall into. Emily has this interesting side of her that she does not show often, but it's like a very like EDM festival-y kind of
Oh,
girl.
yeah?
And I'm like, I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Well, you're gonna be like
Yeah.
at a festival, all glittered up, and like a man is gonna approach you.
You're Adam Levine. Isn't that Adam Levine and like one of the Chris Kashkians or something?
The
Like
guy from Maroon 5.
Oh, is it Adam Levine? Oh, who's married to the Kardashian? The,
Which one?
Like there's so
not
many.
Chloe and not Kim.
Courtney.
Courtney.
Oh,
Yeah.
Travis Barker.
Travis
Oh yeah,
Barker.
that's what I meant.
Wait, you're mixed. Oh my God, wait. I know where you went. You were like skinny white guys with tattoos. Adam Levine, like Maroon 5.
I thought Adam Levine and Travis Barker were the same person.
I mean,
They kind of. I couldn't pick them out of a
like,
lineup.
It's not far off.
not far off.
And Eminem. To me, they're all the same.
But at least Eminem's like from Detroit. Like Adam Levine.
Eminem is gonna hear this because he listens and is gonna kill
listens to
himself.
this?
No,
I was about to say,
Gullible, see?
I am gullible. No, I never said I wasn't. I was about to say, Eminem, you gotta do something about this beard, man. Let it go. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
We have a really funny quote actually about like Adam Levine. It was like those are from the rough streets of Brentwood. Because he's from Brentwood.
Oh,
Adam
is he?
Levine.
he's from Brentwood.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so
Like,
embarrassing.
he's from like
when
San Vicente, Brentwood, and he's got like all these tats and tats on his neck, and like at least Eminem's like from Detroit.
It's really embarrassing when the people who grew up in like Beverly Hills like try to go hard and they're like, let me get a sleeve, and I'm like,
Me and my dad talked about starting a cult. I know we don't know. We definitely do some good, but it'd be like a lot of emotional trauma too. You know, like, hey, just playing. We play a lot of tricks on people. You know.
well, I think that's part of the cult. I think
Yeah.
that's the whole experience.
But we did discuss it. Like, we get so far into it, and then like 3 years later, we were like, we just kidding everybody. Everybody can go. Everybody can go. Y'all leave. Y'all go ahead. You're not stuck. Come on. Like, and then people, you know, it like
Started
messed
a
with people.
religion by that.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the practical joke cult. That's fantastic.
Like a
That's
long con.
yeah, like you're just playing the long game. I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, that would be great if you did like a Patreon or something and it was like the cult of Jazmyn.
Oh, well, the cult.
Yeah, like
I had something called the Secret Society.
Oh, I don't know about
Jazz
this.
Secret Society. It's
what's
just my
Jazz?
broadcast channel. I actually changed the name every few days to something
Oh.
else.
What's like the craziest thing that ever happened when you were live? Anything weird?
Yeah. Okay. So this is only a couple weeks ago. I went live on, I think it may have been Instagram, and I don't add people to my live very often because when I add people, it just doesn't make it funnier. Like, most people are like, they don't even show themselves on their camera. They're like, hey, Jasmine, what's up, girl? And I'm like, girl, this ain't funny. I got to get you off of here, you know? So I added I was like, let me just add somebody and see. And somebody's like, please add me, please add me. And so I added them, and it was a guy in the shower. Like, the camera was facing the shower, and it was him wet with water running on him, butt naked, and he was shaking his ass like that. Like, twerking. And it just caught me so off guard. And you know, you think your Instagram's gonna get banned or something, but you know, somebody begs you to go live, please add me, please add me. And it's somebody in the shower butt naked shaking his ass wet. And it was so funny though. Like, and then, you know, I'm afraid to add people now on Instagram because people will beg, please add me. And I think it's one of those people who just wants to be naked on the live.
Wait, that's so
So this
fucking
is
funny,
Jasmine's
though.
Secret Society. Naked guys shaking their ass on you. How'd you respond to it? Did
I
you
just
like
tried
say
to
anything?
get them off as soon as possible. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want my stuff to get banned. So
Yeah,
I just tried to
fair.
get them. And everybody on the live was like, what the hell was that? I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, I do.
Person.
Wait, they should let you see a preview of like what's gonna come on the
Yeah.
screen before you go live
They
with them.
should.
Also,
That's fucked up.
separately, like I just think of like I think like naked women, like sexy, stunning, beautiful. Like
Yeah.
a man's like naked butt is like that's just funny. Like
It
there's
was
nothing
funny.
sexy
Yeah,
about
it's like
that.
a funny.
like a man's naked butt is not sexy. It's just like it's funny and it's because it's so silly.
It's also so funny to me that somebody would think of that. You know, like I would never be like, oh, let me join somebody's live and shake my bare ass. Like, what?
Also the setup. Like, did he have a tripod?
Yeah, it was
where
like
you
he
putting
was
the
on a
camera?
tripod.
Put it on a timer. Like, there's like a
Well,
production.
maybe he
that
was
went
already
into
going
that.
to work and he was just.
But you know, y'all, what made it funny is like if he was in his room and shaking his ass, that's one thing. But he was in the shower. It was wet. The water was coming down. It just took it to another level. I'm not gonna lie. It was so funny. It was so funny. But that was the weirdest. That was one of the weirdest things that happened recently.
That's hilarious.
Committed to the bit.
Yeah, he did. It was. I couldn't lie. I was like, that was hilarious.
That just reminded me. Did you guys ever use chat roulette growing up?
I remember like playing with
Or
it.
like the Omegle where it was like you would
Yeah.
like join and then like random people would
In a
show up,
random
which I'm
chat
like,
room.
People do that now.
do they?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think
still
that's what, like,
people do
Omegle
that.
is.
Still?
But I think the precursor
Oh
to
my God.
Omegle was chat roulette.
Yeah.
When you were in like school and it would like pair you with a random person on like Skype.
Our parents should not have let us on the
Well,
internet.
no, I think it got shut down so fast because I think it immediately turned into like
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very scary and inappropriate.
Yeah.
But I can't believe people are still doing that.
Oh,
an
yeah, it's
Omegle.
popular on TikTok. Well, people post their Omegle like meetings and stuff
And they
like
just
that.
meet up with like a random person.
Yeah, there. If you look at it on TikTok, there's so many videos of you could just watch people like, "Hey, I'm such and such," and then see other people's reactions
Really?
once they come.
And it's not just all dicks. I would assume it was all
No.
dicks.
That has never been on my For You page one time, but watch as soon as I get home.
Yeah,
That's the only
they're
thing that's going to be
listening.
on my For You page.
the Omegle or the penises.
Omegle.
Oh,
Stop saying it. My phone's right here.
yeah, it's listening.
It's
Cat
listening.
videos, cat videos, cat videos. Give me something else. Cat videos, cat videos.
Penises. That's what I want to see. Dick pics. Sorry.
Men's ass in the shower. Men's ass in the shower. Men's ass in the shower.
God damn it, you got me good with that one.
I like to roast men. That's my
Yeah.
favorite. I don't know. I'm really on to like I have these new jokes that I was working on about how I might start dating bald guys. I don't have a thing against bald guys. I'm 35 now, so more guys are bald than I was in a relationship for over a decade, you know? So now I'm like, oh, I'm dating bald guys, but he got to keep his hat on at all times. In the bed, in the shower, he's gonna have a shower cap he wears, a sleep cap, a bonnet, you know, just keep that head covered. But at comedy shows now, you know, I tell guys, you know, take off your hat if you got confidence. Take off your hat. You such a bad bitch. You know what I mean? And sometimes, a lot of the times guys won't. And I've had guys get mad. Like I could tell that they're getting mad that I said something about taking their hat or their beanie off. It's my favorite. I love to see the reactions from that.
I mean, to your point about the guitar men, I do feel like the hat men also.
Yeah,
the hat is what they have going for them.
Like if
Yeah.
it's like their whole thing is wearing the hat.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something so fucking funny about wearing a shower cap with no hair. Like, it's so fucking funny.
You know, he's got to keep the head covered because
Well, you don't want the heat to escape or whatever, like a baby, right? Like, isn't that why babies have to wear hats?
like during sex too. Keep that. Don't let that come off because I'm taken out of the moment. You know what I mean? Like
The filter came off.
yeah, you know, like the imagination that I had about whatever's under there is gone. I see your head. So I don't know. That's my favorite insult right now, talking about bald guys. But bald guys actually tend to have like some of the best personalities. So you could talk about being them like guys who shave their head. They let it roll right off their head. It's not a big deal.
Nothing gets stuck up.
Yeah.
I want to sit at the next table, like next to Jazmyn on a date. Like, I want to overhear your
No,
whole
I was
date.
gonna say the opposite. It's like you on a date. I would want Jazmyn next to me as my like coach.
Yeah. You know,
Oh my
I
God,
want
we need
you
her
in
like
my-
in our ear.
want
Yeah,
you in my ear like
yeah. Yeah.
Hitch?
That would be so fun.
that was a great movie.
Hitch was a great movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie. You're
Yeah.
I miss good movies, guys. Like,
reboot of Hitch.
Ooh, I would be such a good.
Do you want to manifest?
Yeah.
Hold a crystal.
wait, you guys, anyone, just
wait. This movie would go so fucking hard.
Or a series TV show.
We need a flip. Yeah.
I like.
I mean,
Not-
whichever one calls to you. I like the sparkly one.
I don't know what
Okay.
that one means, but
Female reboot Hitch. Perfect.
Jazmyn as the lead, fantastic.
Yeah,
I
let's
want
do
that
it.
movie.
All right, we're manifesting. We're manifesting. We're manifesting. I
I
don't know
love
what
how none
sound
of us. I know
effects.
this is fantastic. I think we need to put some music in the background. 'Cause
It's just like a little mini prayer.
Putting it into the universe.
Yeah.
Put it
That's
to the
what we were
vision board.
saying.
Just fat photo of Will Smith on your vision board.
Done. When he was fine.
Yeah. Jazmyn, this has been so fun. You're so funny.
Oh, thank y'all. This was
We
great.
want to come see you in a show.
Yeah.
Will you like tell everyone where they can find you, where they can see you, your handles?
I'll plug some stuff. I'll be at Dallas Comedy Club on May 24th, in Houston on May 25th at Black Box Theater, and I'll be in Harlem at Comedy in Harlem on June 21st and June 22nd. So you can check out that stuff on my website,
And your website is?
comedianjasminw.com, I think. Google me, I guess. I don't know.
That's a power answer. Just be like, Google me.
I think it's comedianjasminw.com. It's JAZMYN. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, it's what the heck? Okay. On Instagram and TikTok, it's at JAZMYNJW. Okay. Yeah.
Google her, you guys.
that was so good. That's like I want a business card that just says Google me. Thank you so much for being here. We have
thank
had the
you
best time with
for
you.
coming. This is so
Aw,
fun.
thank you
That's
so
our
much.
show. Like and subscribe because that's what we say. Toodles.
Toodles.
Toodles. Toodles.